This video is about using pressure in teaching loose leash walking. This is Tintin. He's about 2 years old, and as you can see, we are starting to teach him how to loose leash walk. The premise is pretty simple. Whenever he's not pulling and the leash is slack, I give him a treat. And whenever he's doing what he was doing, pulling, yanking, jumping, I ignore him. I don't correct him verbally. I don't yank his leash. I don't jerk his collar. I'm just calm, and I wait for him I either wait for him to have his leash loose, or I will walk around him to create a loose leash and then reward him. Basically, I want to teach him that no pressure means you get to move and you get a treat. Pressure, you don't get anything. And pretty soon he'll get it. As you can notice, he is paying close attention to me. He's looking up. He's trying to figure out what is it that I expect of him. So you see him jumping up right there. That's just him being a little overexcited because there's treats involved. He's learning new things. He's not really sure what to do. And the area where I'm training has a lot of critters. There's cottontails, there's birds, so that's where he's lunging at. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just walking, treating him whenever the leash is slack, ignoring him. And you just keep doing like that. In the first few sessions of teaching the dog what you want of him, you don't actually go anywhere. You kind of pretty much stay in a small radius doing circles or going back and forth. This session is all about teaching him the concept of what I want of him. And when he grasps the concept, then we'll start moving in a more linear position, meaning we're going in a straight line, going to a specific target, and not so much of this random turning around, not really going anywhere. But this is just the start of it. And in the next video, you will see how Tintin improve after a few months. Just to show you this really works. Sit. Yes. And sometimes I ask for a sit just to throw in some sit practices. You can do a down. You can even do a touch, which is have the dog, you touch your open palm with their nose. So next up, it will be me and Tintin after, I think it's about 3 months of loose leash walking. We did it over the winter, so we're not really doing it every day because sometimes the weather is just not conducive. And this is how he looks like after 3 months of loose leash walking. As you can see, he has improved a lot, and he's giving me a lot of attention. He's paying attention to me, which is good. And this is all about loose leash walking. This is not about teaching him to walk at a heel position. This is just teaching a dog how to walk alongside you without pulling. If you want your dog to walk in a specific position like a heel, then yes, then you can teach. But for what I'm doing, just for leisurely walk, this is perfectly fine. Everybody has a different mentality of how they should walk their dog. This is just my personal preference. So I've also been training when I stop, Tintin should sit, and he shouldn't move from his sit position until I give him the next command. So that's what we were working on too. And as you can see, he's doing really good. I'm actually really happy with his progress.
Let's go.
And now we're going to show you in the next clip of how a walk should begin and end at the threshold. I'll talk a little bit about here is that you don't want the dog to rush into a door or rush out. Everything should be calm and controlled as much as possible. So I always like to have the dog wait at the door for a couple seconds before I let them go through. So right now I open the door. Tintin waits. He's looking at me for me to tell him when is it okay. And then now we go through.